Hello, welcome. My name is Bryce Tubbs. Today inside the group, we're going to be talking about how Tammy got to six figures in her business in under 6 months. So this one is a really cool transformation because she had been in corporate America for about 25 years, and she was finally ready for a change, and she finally was able to get the confidence in herself to, really leave corporate America, try the business for herself, really put herself against the wall in order to see can she really do it? And she bet on herself and she was able to go and hit her goal. So let's just kind of break that down today in order to make sure that, we can get some results. We can see if you guys can do something very similar. Now, a couple housewarming things, because we want this video to be seen by as many people as possible. The only way for us to be able to do that is for us to show Facebook that this thing is valuable. So if you could either like the video, or if you're watching this thing live, write hashtag team live. So I know you're live. I can give you guys some guides, some resources, and make this thing more interactive. If you're watching this baby on the replay, write hashtag team replay so I can know to leave some links for you as well, so you can go and get some of the resources. And also, if you want me to connect with you and answer any questions you might have, write hashtag connect. I'll be sure to reach out to you after the video when I have some time. And then finally, if you want to see if I can help you grow your accounting or your bookkeeping business without having to make the mistakes that cause most people to struggle, fail, and have frustration in their business, then go ahead and click on the link inside of the description below, and I would love to be able to help you out and see if it's a good fit. Let's jump into this thing and let's go. So the first thing that we have to always do whenever we're looking at this, right, is really going to be about mindset, okay? Because what's in here is going to determine what is out there inside of the world for your results, for the type of client you get, for the referral partners you get. If you don't have the right mindset, the right frame of mind when you go in there, it makes it very, very, very hard for you to go. So let's break this down. So someone asked me the other day, right? She had been in business for about 7 years, and she's like, "How come you see some of your students, they get inside this program and they fly really quickly? Like they get really big clients. Like Tammy got a $40,000 client, then she got a client for like $7 grand a month, right? How are they able to do that? Versus I've been in this game for a long time, and I don't really know what's causing the clients to either not want to give me that much money or not want to move that fast to work with me at those higher price points." And for her particular case, it comes down to mindset. So I'm actually thinking about bringing Tammy on as like a mindset either coach or consultant inside of my mentorship program, because that's one of the things that she specializes. She spent the last probably 3 to 5 years specializing specifically in mindset, like how to build confidence, how to have inner belief, how to really believe in yourself when other people don't, how to trust your opinion, trust your gut, trust your judgment, so that when you actually get inside these positions where most people would either shrimp out or get scared, how can you take that step forward, believe in yourself, and really go? But that's number one, okay? So whereas most people, as soon as someone says, "Hey, the cleanup is looking like it's going to be about $40,000," a lot of people are getting started right in their business. They shrimp away and say, "Oh, I can't do that. There's no way that I can do that. No one's going to pay me that much money." Versus for someone like her who's trained in mindset, trained in really believing in herself, she took that step forward and actually believed that someone would be willing to pay her that much money. Now, some people might be thinking, it's like, companies are not going to pay me that much money. Like, there's no company out there that can afford to pay me that much money. And to be honest, it's not true. I have students inside the program, like John has two clients that pay him $36,000 a month, right? Now, the average person watching this is probably not going to get a client that pays them $36,000 a month. That was like a really, really large company that's doing that. But some of these companies that are doing, anywhere between like 5, 10, 15, $20 million a year have enough budget to be able to pay you $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 per year. It's just you have to learn how to really talk to them the right way so that number one, they actually tell you they have a need. Number two, they don't treat you like an employee. And number three, they actually want to pay you the right amount of money rather than just like, getting scared or kind of shrimping up and having their budget get really, really tight. So let's kind of jump to that. Step number one, okay, is you really have to know exactly how to believe in yourself and really start doing that. One thing that I used to do, right, whenever I was trying to learn how to increase my price and really believe that I could, is I would actually I would go on like Google Documents. This is not the same document I'm talking about, but I would actually go on like Google Documents and I would write out whatever my goal is. Like my price is $3,000 a month. My price is $4,000 a month. My price is $5,000 a month. And I would literally just put it in like 5 or 6 different places. So I put it like in my mirror, inside my bathroom. I would put it inside of my office, just above my computer, so I could see it. I would put it inside of the nightstand next to my bed. I would put it inside of my kitchen table. I put it on I would just have it in different places. And it was almost like it would just kind of go almost into my subconscious, and I would just like start repeating every single time I see it. I was like, my price is $4,000 a month. My price is $5,000 a month, and I would just get used to saying that number, get used to saying the number, hearing it, seeing it. And just keep in mind, it wasn't a magic bullet. Like I didn't just charge someone $4,000 a month just because I had those things lying around the house, but it made me comfortable with understanding that, I can actually charge that much money and someone will be willing to pay me. Now, is it easy to find someone who's going to be willing to pay you? It can be if you have the right marketing, but the first step first, you have to believe that that amount of money is possible. Now, if you don't really know how to price your service, right, this is also a really big thing because some people have the confidence, right? They're like, I'll say my price is $60,000 for this cleanup. I'll say I charge you $10,000 a month price. I have no problem doing that. I just don't really know how to price my service so that I know that I'm not undercharging. I know I'm not overpricing on some of these clients, and they'd be willing to pay me a higher than average amount of money. So I actually filmed a video yesterday. I put it on my YouTube channel. And it had like both a Google document that kind of breaks down how to do your pricing. It's not the same pricing calculator that I give to the students inside the mentorship program, but it's basically how someone who's just starting out can actually go and find out what price is reasonable for them and what price is reasonable for their goals. I actually broke it down pretty sequentially, and there's like a Google document that shows you how to do it. So if you want me to send you that resource, I'll send you both the YouTube video, and then inside the description of the YouTube video, it actually has the document so you can like look at it for yourself. If you want that, go type in pricing document, or just type in like pricing inside of the comment section. I'll actually send it to you a link inside of Facebook, or if you're watching this on link, I'll send you that link. Okay. It was actually really cool. I got some really good feedback about that, and like I was hesitant to put that out for a long time because that I really pricing is really a key thing. I don't want people to take the pricing stuff, run away with it. But I was just like, after points, like, whatever. I figure that whenever I make these videos for you guys, and like, even though it's free stuff, like if I give you guys information, generally, if you guys keep getting more and more money, we have a number of people that are like, hey, Bryce, I followed this trick that you said inside this video, and I got like a $1,300 a month client. I got like a $5,000 a month client. And they're like, hey, can we start working inside the mentorship program to like, go the rest of the way to give me that, 10,000, 15,000, or maybe your goal is not monetary. Maybe your goal is more of like you're trying to, be able to see your family. That's a big thing for a number of students that I have. Like Mai, when she was getting started, she has 6 children and a full-time job, and she was trying to really grow her business. I see James said he will take the pricing. James said he gets the pricing, but yeah, she didn't really have a lot of time, right? So when she started her business so that she would be able to quit her job because then she could really select the hours she wanted to work. She could be able to work from wherever she wanted. And then, when the kids either, get sick from school or if something happens at school, she can be able to go up to the school and be able to, talk to them, make sure everything's okay. If there ever has like a bully in school, she can go and handle it, or she can even have her husband go up there. But since the bills are taken care of, since the financial aspect of her life is taken care of, and it gives her flexibility, she's able to live, just a better quality of life. So, it really depends on what your goal is, but that's why we do stuff like this, so we can actually help you guys out. Now, once you have the pricing down and you know exactly how to charge, or you at least have a guide or a basis of how to charge like that, your next step is going to be marketing. Okay, so we like to call it the 6FP method. Okay, so it's a combination of using social media as well as partnerships to be able to get people to send you a higher quality of client. Now, I'm actually writing a book about this. It's going to be probably about 20 to 30,000 words, right? Just breaking down every single thing from like pricing, marketing, mindset, how to build a team, how to upsell your clients, how to extend your average client value. That just means like some people, they might have one client, that client only pays them like $500 a month or like $300 a month. Versus I have students in my program where like their top client has paid them $100,000, right? From different services, from payroll to bookkeeping to, maybe they need a tax plan. Maybe they're like need some tax resolution help, and really just showing how to extend that value. So, when that gets closer and closer to being done, I'll be sharing more and more with that. So I'll probably be doing more videos inside this group that's going to be like breaking down just the specific chapters and like just kind of laying it out piece by piece. So I'm really excited. But the first step, okay, so how she got the $6,000 per month client, okay? So this one actually came from LinkedIn. So the way that we go about utilizing LinkedIn is learning how to identify who is the type of client that is going to be the most relevant to you, the easiest for you to charge the amount of money, and the one who you already have industry information or an industry understanding of, right? The thing that most people struggle with is they try and go and pick a niche but they pick the niche based on like the amount of money that they think they'll be able to get out of that niche, but they don't really know anything about the people inside the niche. So when they start trying to talk to the clients, they get either ignored. The people are like, it's not really for me. Or the people just don't really see the value because you don't really understand what the pain points that specific market segment are. Now, once you know how to identify that, or once you've identified who is the one you already have the most knowledge about, it does make it a lot easier for you to be able to get them to sign up. So for her particular case, she's really good with like manufacturing companies. She's really good with construction companies, right? So like the two main subsects of people that we had her going after. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn, that initial search is going to be important. We use a tool called Sales Navigator. It allows you to be able to use LinkedIn more of like a database rather than like a social media platform, right? So you can target who is the best, most qualified person to even work with you based on that. Now, once you have that, and like we have other tutorials about how to use that, in different videos, so you can go watch one of those videos to know exactly how to use it. It makes it very easy for you to start building a qualified list of people who at least have the budget, who meet the target market that you're searching for, have the certain number of years in business to be able to support paying you that amount of money. And then now you can start. Okay. So now the next part is going to be about how do you actually speak to those people so that you are able to get them to trust you, know you, and actually like you, right? Because if you have those three things, it makes it very easy for them to get on the call with you. So the first thing is going to be about conversation styles. So it's always easiest if you lead with some form of value. So depending on the industry that you're in, you might be able to either give them a report, you might be able to give them some sort of advice, you might be able to go and give them like a calculator on how to calculate their profit, you might be able to give them a spreadsheet. Like you need to understand like what is that thing that you can do for that other person that gets them to want to actually talk to you or feel like they owe you something as a result of you giving that little piece of value or you giving them some sort of gift. If you can do that on a high enough scale or high enough frequency with the right businesses, it makes it really easy for them to start responding back. Once you get that first reply, now your next goal is to start talking to them and understanding different parts about their business. Like, what do they like about their business? What do they not like about their business? Why did they start their business? What are some of the problems that are going on with their business? One way you can get people to talk about the problems they're having with their business is say, hey, I have a lot of different professional service people in my network. Maybe I can have get one of them to help you out. Like I have a financial advisor, I have a lawyer, I have a financial planner, I have a business consultant, I have an IT consultant who is really good at helping people with different problems. Maybe I can connect you with somebody to help you move your life and your business forward. Okay, oftentimes you're going to start saying, okay, well, I have a problem with at the end of the month, we never seem to have enough cash, right? And that could be a cash flow management problem, that could be a budget problem, right? And those are services that you can actually help them out with. Once you've identified a problem that you can actually help them out with, you can say, well, I actually specialize in working with people in that kind of facility, that kind of function. Would you like to set aside some time to see if I can help you? Once you've done that, it's a pretty high close rate, especially if someone has already said they're interested in it. Okay, cool. And then they're going to say yes. And then once you have that, there's two options you can go. Number one is you can actually send them a form that has a bunch of questions about their business so you can identify, like, do they actually have a need? How important is the need for them? Do they want to solve that need now or do they want to solve it in the future? What is their budget set aside for this thing? How do they think about the problem? If you have all of these, it makes it really easy for you to know, is this person going to be a tire kicker or is this person a really serious prospect? Once you have someone's trust, know, and like factor, and you have a qualified survey, now when you do the call, it makes it very easy for you to be able to charge the amount of money you want because you're speaking to the person who is capable of paying you the amount of money you need in order to be very successful in that endeavor. Now, if you don't have a form, you don't have a survey, you could actually ask these questions manually. The biggest question is you would have to really get an understanding of, like, number one, is this really important for them to figure out this problem now? Number two, what is their ideal budget for the situation? Number three, what does their ideal situation look like with someone who's going to solve this problem? Number four, you need to be asking, what have they already tried in the past? Have they ever hired a bookkeeper? Have they ever hired a CPA? Have they ever hired a management consultant? Have they ever hired a financial coach? Whatever you are, you need to ask them, have they ever hired this in the past? And what was the experience, right? Because that's also going to tell you, do they value this thing? They might say earlier in like a form they value it, but if you get it, they're just talking trash about their old, accountant or bookkeeping professional. It's generally not going to be a good fit unless, you have a really good personality. That person really did a bad job. So from there, you can use your discretion to be able to get on the consultation call. We have other videos about how to do consultations and how to do sales. Like we have a lot of playlists on that on YouTube. So you can go and watch another video like that. We can talk about sales in probably a different video, but I just want to keep it really, really focused about how she was able to find that. And that's how she was able to find the $6,000 a month client, right? Just using that LinkedIn process. Now, the second one, the one that was the $40,000 cleanup, that one actually came directly from the part of the 6FP method, where we talk about how to build great quality referral partnerships. So in this particular case, it was a manufacturing company, and the person who referred it to her was a CFO. She was like a virtual fractional CFO, meaning that she helps companies by being a fractional CFO. And what she does is she'll partner with Tammy in this case, and then she'll go and find the clients. She'll basically say, hey, this is what I need in order to get started. In this case, it was a cleanup. Now, since Tammy had been cultivating that relationship, but actually been doing some work for her on like smaller clients, that lady had already trusted her. So she said, "Hey, Tammy, this is kind of the situation, the scenario. Maybe you can go price it." She has my pricing tool, so she knew exactly how to charge. So she told the CFO, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm looking at. Do they have the budget? Can they do it?" And she says, "Yes, they do." Okay, so then she charged it to the person. The business owner's like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." Now, the business owner asked the CFO, "Hey, is this a good idea? Should we do it? Do you want to do it yourself? X, Y, Z." And the CFO is like, "I'm not doing that myself. That's way too much for me. I'm just want to be on the consulting side. I just want to be able to stay very, very high level." But Tammy is excellent at doing this. It's well worth the money. The benefit you're going to get as a result of this is well worth the $40,000. And the partner was actually fighting for Tammy because the CEO was like, "Hey, is this a good idea? Should I do this or should we do it for someone cheaper?" And the CFO, since she liked Tammy, she built that relationship. She was the one that was spearheading that relationship that made it very easy for her to get the deal done. And that's really the skill set that you guys have to start developing when it comes to partnerships. Because it's not only about having good marketing, not only about having good mindset, not only about having pricing, but if you know how to really talk to people to get them to like you, both on the sales call and in the referral call, it makes it really easy for people to want to work with you and to want to help you. And the more of these people you can have inside of your corner, the easier it's going to be for you to, go and develop your business. Go and have that lifestyle. And the cool thing about that is when you have partners, they're growing your business for you while you're doing nothing, right? For example, I have a couple partnerships that I've been doing for the mentorship program, and they have my videos playing inside of their either their Facebook groups where they put on their email list, and then people start coming to me, and I don't have to do anything. Like I'm do a lot less talking, a lot less videos, and a lot less marketing than what I used to in the past, but I still get more and more money coming in because I have these partnerships running. It's the same thing for my accounting firm. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video today. Now, again, if you want some help growing your business, you're tired of doing things, on your own, maybe even trying, it's just not really working. You don't really know that last like tweak or the last couple steps that really makes the thing go, makes it run, and maybe even working a lot harder than what you need to. I just invite you to go ahead and check out the link in order to book a call, okay? Because we have the easy method over here. We're basically playing the video game of life and business on easy mode, to be completely honest with you, right? This thing is getting ridiculous how consistently we're getting clients, these $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 cleanups. So I'm not promising you're going to get a $40,000 cleanup, but you're going to be able to hit your goal in a very short period of time. Generally, our program lasts for about 6 months, is like the average duration. Most of the students generally hit their income goal and their lifestyle goal. They hit their income goal probably in about 3 to 4 months. They hit their lifestyle goal generally in about 6 months. Because once you hit that income goal, depending on how you do it, we have to help you, get some contractors, get things in place so you can get your time back and you can really run this thing on autopilot and have all the time that you want. So it just depends on where you're starting from, depends on what your goals are, depends on what you're trying to do. But it's a lot easier when you work with someone who's been where you're trying to go than when you're trying to figure it out on your own. So if that's you, I would love to see you on the call. If you're not quite ready for that, I'll just see you inside the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Take it easy.